The Elemental Shaman, the earth-loving, totem-slinging beast of Warcraft. Fun to play, and easy to macro. In this video, I'm going to show you how to play an Elemental Shaman the easy way. But before we get into that, let's take a look at how you play one, for those who may not know. Elemental Shamans use the power of earth, wind, and fire, which they will unleash to devastate anything that stands against them. So they're pretty much the closest you're ever going to get to being the Avatar in Warcraft. Now what separates Shamans from every other class in the game are totems. So to start off with, for single target, you're going to want to keep Searing Totem on the ground at all times. Now as for the rotation itself, to start off with, you're going to want to keep Flame Shock up on the target at all times. Next, make sure you cast Lava Burst every time it's off cooldown, but watch for Lava Surge, which is a proc that will reset the cooldown and make it an instant cast. Next, if you've chosen Elemental Blast as your tier 6 talent, you're going to want to cast it every time it's off cooldown. Next, you'll want to cast Earth Shock every time you have 6 to 7 charges of Lightning Shield, but pay attention because Flame Shock and Earth Shock share the same cooldown. And lastly, you'll cast Lightning Bolt as a filler. Now that's the single target rotation. The AoE rotation is almost the exact same thing, except you'll use Magma Totem instead of Searing Totem, and Chain Lightning instead of Lightning Bolt. And when you have a lot of enemies, you can use Thunderstorm on cooldown, which does damage, but it also restores some of your mana, which is good because Chain Lightning uses a lot of mana. And as for cooldowns, like every class, the Shaman has quite a few useful ones, so use them wisely and use them often. And that's a very basic rundown of how you play an Elemental Shaman. But if all this totem talk is too much for you, we can make it even easier. I'm going to show you how to do almost the entire rotation with just one button. To do this, you'll need a mod called Macro Toolkit, which can be found on Curse. There will be a link in the description below. This mod is mandatory because it allows you to extend the size of your macros. So download it, create a new macro, and extend the size of your macro. Now, you're going to want to put all this text in the macro. Relax. I've added the macros in the description below so you can just copy them from there. There are two macros, one for single target and one for AoE. These macros are extremely simple. They'll keep Elemental Blast and Lava Burst on cooldown, including when Lava Surge procs. Otherwise, they'll cast Lightning Bolt or Chain Lightning respectively. Now no macro is perfect. The biggest hang up with these macros is that they may not get the cooldowns off right away. They might throw an extra Lightning Bolt or Chain Lightning in there, but they usually work pretty well. Earth Shock and Flame Shock are situational, and they share a cooldown, so they need to be managed on buttons by themselves. This also goes for your totems and Thunderstorm. As for cooldowns, you could put a couple in the macro, but most people like to manage those separately, so they're not included. So they may not be one button for every spell macros, but they do consolidate your abilities a little bit, and it keeps you from having to keep track of a couple of your important spell cooldowns. As for you min-maxers who are already well into bloodlust over such casual play, relax. These macros aren't for you. They're for the average Joes, the lazy gamers, or people with limitations like me. So wait till you're sated and then come talk to me. And of course, these macros are by no means a way to replace the normal way of playing the game. They're more for casual play, so keep that in mind as well. And that's pretty much how I play an Elemental Shaman. So if you're interested, give it a try. And if you like this video, comment, rate, and give me feedback. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. This is TheKephas. Until next time.